So, how do you start over after 15 years at the absolute top? Today, we're going to dive into the story of Airi Suzuki, a J-pop star who basically had to reinvent her entire identity when the world she knew just disappeared. In her journey, it's this incredible lesson in how to turn criticism into a creative superpower.
Okay, so to really get her reinvention, you first have to understand her status. For years, Airi Suzuki was known by this one powerful catchphrase. And look, this wasn't just some marketing slogan. It was a reputation she earned. For her talent, her professionalism, she was the benchmark that other idols looked up to.
For a decade and a half, she was at the very heart of two legendary J-pop groups. You had the idol group Suit and the pop rock unit Buono, and she was the lead vocalist for both. I mean, she was at the absolute peak of her game.
And what's just wild is how long she'd been doing this before even thinking about a solo career. She joined the industry when she was just 8 years old. So you have to imagine when both of her groups disbanded in 2017, it wasn't like she was just losing a job. It was like her entire world, the only life she had ever known, just vanished.
And just like that, everything was gone. The stage, the routine, her whole identity. And in that emptiness, she was hit with this massive crisis of confidence. I mean, what was she even supposed to do next?
Yeah, she was genuinely thinking about quitting music for good. After 15 years of performing, she was worried that, if she couldn't top what she'd already done, maybe it would just be better to stop completely.
On top of all her own doubts, she was also dealing with something she'd heard for years from other people. They would tell her she didn't have a strong, distinct personality. That yeah, she was good at a lot of things, but she wasn't truly great at any one thing.
And here's the bottom line. When she started thinking about going solo, the feedback she got was, well, it was harsh. We're not talking about some internet comments here. This was the professional take. After 15 years of massive success, people were telling her she might not have what it takes to make it on her own.
But this is where everything changes. Because instead of letting all that criticism crush her, she did something brilliant. She completely reframed it, turning what everyone saw as her biggest weakness into her core strength.
It was this total mind flip. When people said, "You don't have one strong personality," she thought, wait a minute, isn't that my personality? When they said you're just average on everything, she came back with, no, I'm full of colors. She realized her ability to do a little bit of everything wasn't a flaw, it was her identity.
So she landed on this idea of the chameleon as her secret weapon, her hidden theme. And that right there, that became the whole concept for her solo debut. She wasn't going to try to be just one thing. She was going to be everything. And this idea directly shaped her first album, which was built from the ground up to show off a huge range of musical styles.
So this whole chameleon philosophy wasn't just a cool thought. It was the bedrock for her debut album, Do Me a Favor. She wove that idea into the music itself, and it all started with a really personal song for her fans. So picture this. Her groups are gone, she's feeling totally lost. And what does she do? She goes on her blog and just starts reading all these amazing positive comments from her fans. In the middle of the night, like 2 a.m., she just starts jotting down all her feelings. The sadness, the gratitude, all of it. And those raw memos became the actual lyrics for a new song. And the title she picked, #DMAF, is just so clever. On one hand, it's an acronym for Do Me a Favor, but it's also a play on words in Japanese that means Domo arigato, fan no mina, which translates to thank you everyone, fans. It was a direct message to the people who got her through that really tough time. Now what really made this debut a whole new ballgame was how hands-on she was. In her idol days, they'd hand her a song and she'd perform it. Now, she was in every single meeting. She picked the songs herself. She was there for the instrument recordings, the mixing, you name it. She even asked her best friend to choreograph her dances. It was finally, truly her project.
So a year after her idol career came to an end, she stepped back on stage. But the person who returned wasn't just a solo artist. She was something totally new, this perfect blend of her past and her future. And she put it perfectly with this just brilliant phrase, a 15 years experienced newcomer. I mean, how perfect is that? She had all the skill and polish of a veteran, but the fresh start and creative hunger of a brand new artist. It just nailed her unique spot in the industry.
And all of this really boiled down to her new mission, to prove that there isn't just one real Airi. The dancer, the rocker, the pop singer, yep, that's all her. Her ability to be so many different things, that's not a weakness. That is who she is.
You know, Airi's story is such a powerful reminder that sometimes the very things people criticize us for can actually be our greatest strengths. It kind of leaves you wondering, right? When the world is telling you to just be one thing, what does it really take to stand up and confidently say, nope, I'm everything?